Hi, this is me, MC of Healthy by George. I come to you every Sunday and Thursday to talk about my journey to get healthier and stay healthier and mentally sharp as I get older. So let's all join together and discuss this because no one gets younger. We all get older. And think about subscribing. I'd love to see you here. Please, that would be lovely to have a conversation about this as we move into our next year or next quarter. So, today I want to talk about a hard topic for me because I'm dealing with that. I've lost about 45, close to 50 pounds over the past year and a half. And this has been the most successful I have ever been since my 20s. And it's because I started taking the GLP-1 drug called Mounjaro. And what's happening now is I'm plateauing a little bit, but I still want to keep inching down, but very slowly, because I do not want to lose muscle. I want to focus on losing fat. That's why I went to the physio lab. That's why I want to understand what's my muscle to fat ratio. I'm 25%, no, 35% fat and 65% muscle and bone. So this is pretty good. I'm pear-shaped, okay? All right, my calories, 1,400 calories is not much. That's all it takes for me to exist, 1,400 calories, damn. So it means I have to really concentrate on protein and lifting heavy. So I'm going to have someone come into the house next week to help me because I do have this hip thing going on. Osteoarthritis sucks, guys. I tore the labrum in my left hip about 3 years ago. And the labrum is this kind of tendon that goes around your hip. It's difficult to repair if you tear it. So I took a bad fall and tore my labrum about 3 years ago. And when I saw the hip doctor then, he said at some point you're going to have another replacement or have a replacement in that left hip. And that was very discouraging because I had a replacement in 2017 that was just the pits. And it was only the pits because I had a strange thing happen. I was in rehab, working with a rehab doc, and we were going up an incline. And for some reason, at the incline, I'm not sure what happened. And I had this horrible sharp pain. He ran upstairs to get the walker. He ran back to me. I slowly went back to the apartment. And he said, maybe we're overdoing it. It seemed reasonable. Okay. So he said, just put some ice on it. I ended up trying to stand up and go to the bathroom about 3 to 4 hours later. And my entire femur popped. And it was just, who knows what happened? Nobody knows. It was one of those freak accidents. Because after I had it repaired, I went in to get what's called a DEXA scan to see if I had calcium loss in my bones. Nope, the calcium was normal. We all don't know why that happened. So I'm just going to, and it's made me fearful, frankly. In fact, I was thinking about that today. It's like, I need to remember how tough I am because of what I went through over that first hip replacement. Let me tell you, that was tough. Because after I went in for them to repair my femur, they had to wrap it with wires, I had to hop. So I was only hopping for 6 weeks. That was the pits to hop. And after that, I could only do something called toe touch, which was the pits too. So I'm praying that when I have this hip replacement in May 27th is when I'm planning it, it's going to be a different story. And that's because I'm choosing intentionally to start what's called pre-surgery rehab. And I know this is not going to be cheap. Maybe I'm going to have a lot of copays. I don't care because seriously, I want to know the rehab person I'm going to work with. I want to have some ideas of muscles and stretches I can do now that'll help me in my recovery. So I'm doing prehab and I'm really excited about that. And I'll start that next week. I'm not thrilled about the whole getting my hip replaced to my left hip, but I know that since 2017, things have gotten better, things have gotten more efficient and more knowledgeable in medicine. So I feel confident. I'm going back to the surgeon who I have a close relationship with. And truthfully, after he repaired it and I went through the long rehab portion, I've been fine. No problems, no issues. So it's been terrific. So I'm praying that this happens the same way with this left hip. So sorry to get swayed, but you do feel a sense of negativity, even though you've lost weight, 45, almost 50 pounds for myself. There still is this lingering body challenge about just feeling confident and embracing, feeling where I am. It's such new territory. So I'm struggling with that. So I thought about what are the ways that can help me. And I think one of the ways is to be conscious of my accomplishment. It was slow, it was incremental. I took my time, I didn't rush things. I've taken a year and a half to lose almost 50 pounds. That's not bad. And I think I have to really acknowledge that because you're still in that weird kind of mental place that's not great when it comes to weight loss. For some reason, you just want to go fast, just get it off. I made the different decision when I started this journey. I made the decision that I'm going to go slow. So I did that. And now what I'm doing is I'm focusing now on how I can use my body, how I can make it feel more powerful, how I can feel stronger in my core and in my muscles. Can I lift weights? Can I do something like a farmer's carrying thing? I think that's what they do. They do these things where they wear these weighted vests or they wear a heavy knapsack or a rucksack or a backpack with weights in it. Or they do something where they're carrying a heavy weight in both hands. It's some kind of a farmer's carry or something like that. You know what? I really want to do more exercises like that. But because of my hip, I need to do it with somebody helping me and guiding me. That's the reason for the prehab, right? So I'm doing that. I'm focusing on how to become stronger, how to be more flexible, how to do things right now that'll still help me before and after surgery. And then the other things is how do I get in touch with who I am now physically? So I tried buying some clothes. I don't know. I think I'm not good at this. Because I live in a small place, I'm trying to figure out some clothing that I need to get rid of and some bringing in the newer clothing where it's not swallowing me. So often some of the clothing I have just drowns. It just hangs on me. So I need to let that go. So I need to start really focusing in on that and making sure I feel like I'm wearing clothing that's not so baggy. I have to fix that because my clothing right now is not great. I think the other thing is I'm just going to focus on gaining more muscle. I want to really understand how I can just focus on, yes, staying true to my calorie tracking process. I'm never going to let that go. I'm going to be one of those people who tracks my heart rate and my blood pressure every single day. I'm going to be one of those people who tracks my calories as much as possible every single day. I'm going to be somebody who tracks my steps, who tracks my water. I think all of these things are helpful. And at the end of the day, it helps me focus on the things that I can take action on during the day versus some big picture. I need to think of what can I do today, right now, in this moment, to support the concept of being a healthier version of me. And truthfully, it's these things that I've become used to tracking that have been just tremendous, because I can really tell when things are not going well. I have to back off. It's a good reminder to stay engaged in what am I eating? Is it healthy for me? Do I feel deprived? That's why you see me testing all these kind of low sugar, some protein sweets, because I have a sweet tooth. What can I say? I like chocolate candy sometimes. I don't think that being someone who has a tendency to be overweight is about denying yourself of all of these things. Although some people, they feel it's easier just to deny it outright. And I do have therapy sessions where I do talk to my therapist once a month. And I do talk to good friends and my family about the challenging process of feeling, better in the body I'm in right now. Because it's hard to get connected to that. I'm so used to being someone who was of a certain size, and now to really get connected to this smaller size, I have to look at the pictures and I'm trying to feel more. It's just challenging. You've been overweight for so long, it's hard to really feel where your body is now. I don't know if anybody else is struggling with that, but I know I am. So be well, my friends. We have this one precious life. Let's live it longer and stronger and mentally present in our bodies as we get older. I think we can do what we can do each day to support each other, to be cognizant of what it is that we have the ability to change or take action towards every day we wake up and breathe our life. Be well. Come back and see me. Think about subscribing. Check in on Sundays and Thursdays. I'd love to see you here. And let's keep supporting one another as we try the many things that we can do to explore and be curious about our health and well-being. Bye-bye.
So thank you so much for joining me at Healthy by George. I hope you found the information inspiring and that it encourages you on your wellness journey. Because remember, your body, your well-being are a most precious gift, and every tiny action taken daily can make a huge difference. I hope the information here is educational purposes and is not meant to replace your medical care. See your doctor and talk about what works for you. If you enjoyed today's content, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Your support means the world to me, and it helps me continuing creating content that inspires and empowers you to live your best life. Goodbye for now, and join me again at the next Healthy by George.